This is nuts. This is nuts. 25 to 2 in the morning.
Yeah, 25 to 2 in the morning. How fast time goes.
There were like 2 old people here who past
We're not that old.
past our bedtime. So we have a straight, what do you call it? Straight
Pride, is it, or something like that?
straight pride flag.
Out in Chipman.
Chipman. Did that surprise you?
Well, it's starting to look like a little town out of Deliverance, I would guess. I want to address one thing that one of the guys once said. It was one of the interviews that you had done. He said something to the effect, well, you know, they've got their flags. We should have our flags as being, straight. Well, see, this guy's never fought for the rights and the freedoms that gay people now have. The whites never had to go through that. In the 90s, I went to demonstrations in Ontario, fighting for gay rights. The white segment, the Anglo-white, never had to go fight for any rights.
So nobody at that meeting sort of said, maybe this is not a good idea? At the meeting at Minto?
Well,
Or
yeah,
Chipman?
obviously they weren't thinking, again, it reflects bad on the community. I mean, the rest of Canada goes, yeah, Chipman's some little, redneck hick town in New Brunswick. And then it can go one step. Oh yeah, well, what do you expect out of New Brunswick? But I say, getting back to the meat of that is that, from the 60s, even to this day, we have to be vigilant on people's rights. And it doesn't matter, what their preferences are, what their orientation. I mean, our Charter of Rights is there to,
But it's not there. In New Brunswick, it's not there. There's no place you could go to fight for your rights. You don't say Human Rights Commission. They hadn't had a tribunal in about 30 years.
The human rights thing is more like if you have a problem with government or something.
Yeah, they're just they should abolish that thing. The ombudsman, his job is to find out if proper procedure was followed.
But that only stays within the scope if governments follow their procedure. But outside, if you have a problem with an employer, who do you go to?
Brian Gallant gone.
I don't want to be devil's advocate, but it's not over till the fat lady sings, and she hasn't sung yet. So, what I've learned. See, I'm a couple years older than you are.
Yeah, you look more tired than you feel.
But politics makes strange bedfellows. I mean, at times it really gets hard to predict outcomes. You think that's the way it's going to go. I mean, just before we went on live here, I mean, we had an interview, and you said I called a lot of things off, and I did after.
You were way up.
Because it didn't go to theory. I mean, you have
your Asperger's didn't work. It didn't go detail.
You have, you follow certain models. One, I'm a game theorist, and not click. I follow the studies of John von Neumann and John Nash, those Nobel Prize winners, and what they've done is that they've worked out elaborate formulas, statistical formulas, and it kind of works on if this happens, here's what the odds should be, and they throw in the element of chance. I wasn't surprised. I didn't think Pam was going to take that kind of beating in our writing.
I told you, Chris Austin. He's a former pastor, and he knows how to deal with people, and he's been paying the price for 8 years. He's been going around. He deserves it. Bill Fraser, that was my friend, Bill Fraser. That was a shock. But the People Alliance in Miramichi, they were on the street for 2 years. On the street, signs, just going. They work hard.
Yeah.
So if you work hard, you could really do some change.
Well, you can do some change, but there's also, this global movement on populism Now, the only thing I do like about populism is that one of the core thoughts on populism is basically to challenge the elite, to remove the power of the elites. That's a good thing, but the rest of the populism thing is, the problem is with it, as a society, we can think one way today and think totally the opposite tomorrow.
Of course, because we got Facebook.
You know, it becomes more like something you'd see on American Idol or something. You know, it's kind of more of that game than anything else.
Are you that idiot that's flying that drone all over Majorsville? They're looking for this person that's flying a drone all over it.
I haven't flown.
Is that you?
I haven't flown in Majorville yet.
No, that's why I thought.
Majorville or Marysville?
Marysville.
Marysville. Yeah, I haven't flown a drone in Marysville yet. I am going to be doing one from Peniac down. Now, you know, since you brought that up, and there are rules and regulations, and when you're flying a drone, you can't be hovering over somebody's house. You can't be flying over a roadway.
Now the states, they shoot them.
Yes, but there's a problem with shooting. You can land yourself federal time for shooting down. And you know why? Because you shoot that bird down, you don't know where it's going to land. So shooting a drone down, what you're actually doing is creating, you know, public safety. That's, I mean, you know, if the drone's 5 feet away from you, well, you know, there's something wrong. You know, if they're photographing you, that's another. That's an invasion of privacy.
And the alleged shooter, he freaked out in jail. They freaked out in court.
Yeah, like I don't know what the what the story is. I do uphold that a person is innocent till proven guilty, but his defense of temporary insanity, his lawyer couldn't have went and recommended that. That's one.
No, he's the one that just stood up and said that.
Because that is one of the hardest defenses. Very few people succeed with the insanity plate, and the temporary insanity. You know, I mean, I'm not a lawyer. It's just what I've seen over the course of the years, and you know what I've read in these type of cases. Is that the insanity plate is so friggin' difficult.
Idiot Mayor Michael Bryan is still digging the hole deeper and deeper and deeper.
Well, I'll say Mayor Mike Bryan.
Idiot Mayor Michael Bryan.
You know, he has his own style of mayorship.
Mayorship. He has his own style.
Whether one agrees with him or not, he is. You know, the story will be told in the next election.
Oh, be told. Somebody mentioned to me our buddy John. He said, "Oh, he'll be re-elected, no problem." I almost punched him right across the head.
Well, you know, to say one way or the other whether he's going to get re-elected or not, I mean, it's too early.
No, it's not. He's done. And Stephen Horseman's supposed to have a bus shelter at the welfare office.
Well, Stephen Horseman said it's going to be a shelter there. I think he'll be on the front steps of the legislation.
On my knees. Apologize.
Yeah.
But I'll give an apology if it's to have single mothers with little kids to have shelter. I'll go on my knees and put the video camera on and apologize to Mr. Horseman, but I don't know.
You know, like in the early days, you know, there was issues with myself and the city police, and but Steve Horseman, maybe I'm biased because he's a St. Thomas alumni, and maybe that is, but I've always found that he's was very, while his role as a police officer was very, how would I say, very humanistic in his approach. Same as Carl Urker.
Yeah, Carl's good. He got married last
Yes,
night.
I've seen that.
Thank God for Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, Facebook, the new National Enquirer.
Oh.
Digital National Enquirer, right?
I mean, Facebook jail. I mean, that's pretty rude punishment. I never thought I'd be I'm sort of addicted to Facebook. All my contacts are there.
Well, it depends. Like, provincial time is sit and rot. There's nothing at the federal level. What they use for social control of the inmates now is their is their computers, their access to the internet. If the
Inmates have access to the internet?
oh yeah, rather than throwing them in the hole or the solitary
They take the
confinement,
internet away?
they lose their internet.
There's no internet in provincial jail.
No. The provincial jails, you might as well go back to 1800s.
Yeah.
It has never improved.
And you can't breathe in there. I
well,
know it's not the Holiday Inn, but, you know.
Again, it's I mean, that strategy is really a conservative mindset, because conservative believes in harsh punishment. Well, in the provincial, that's the idea. It's not a Holiday Inn, so you don't have access to rehabilitation. You don't have any kind of access. Yes, I understand that if you have 100 people, you're not going to save everyone. But if you can change the life of 1/3, that's an investment. But you'll never see it at a provincial jail. Like I say, the only thing difference between the 1800s and that, they look better. It's just cosmetics.
They've started putting them in Norris suit now.
Yes.
What is that? So that must be
Easier to see.
easier to see and easier to stereotype.
Can you imagine Alan Legier in an orange suit running through the woods?
Yeah.
Oh, they would have had a bead on him so quick. The old straight ones, I mean, if you got into the right environment, it became camouflage.
Did I miss anything at 1:45 in the morning?
No, you never missed anything. This is when life begins. Here it is, eh? Two more mature people of the Fredericton community up shooting the shit at...
How come more people don't do stuff like this?
I don't know. I think that's a personality thing. You're an extrovert. I'm an extrovert. Politicians are extroverts. Some people are terrified of the camera. They'll freeze. They'll not nice things, and it's really.
But we make a fool of ourselves. We don't know who the hell listens to this, but we don't give a shit.
You know what would make it more interesting now? If we fired up a big fatty and we passed her back and forth.
Nah, I'll be quiet and then I won't say a goddamn word.
Or the other thing is that you'll just talk for the next 6 hours.
Nah, I won't. Then you hear an echo in your head. You know what? I haven't smoked a joint since it's been legal. I got 4 joints. Not here. Not here. Oh, you're allowed to have 4 joints? Yeah, you're allowed to have 4 joints. It's legal, that's right.
Yeah, sure.
No, I don't have it here anymore.
The one I question is your 40 plants that you have in your bedroom.
Yeah, put some stuff there.
No, we're just throwing that in just for effect.
Yeah,
there is no 40 plants out there.
And never mind, I'm not worried about the cops, I'm worried about the drug addicts and all that. There's nothing here. Absolutely nothing. Remind me to boot you up the arse when you get out of here. No. I mean...
he professes non-violent, right? He's going to give me his number 9, yeah. Right. No, you're looking like an old guy that's ready to pass out. You're what, 5-10 years younger than me?
Fast and slow. You've never grabbed that so fast. Yeah, no, it's life is changing. That's what rocking chair. Dan Bichette is gone. Brian Gallant's going to be gone.
Our whole society.
All the police, everybody's moving on, gone. I'm the only guy around.
I'm moving on. No, like I've been in my subdivision since 1960, and this year I'm seeing more houses being sold out of people that are now in their 70s and 80s. It's just going. There's going to be a whole new changeover down in my area. Out of the original 17 houses, most of them have been now resold. Younger families are moving in.
No, it's changing. Life is changing, and we're getting there at that stage, and we're just here in Fredericton is no longer the little town or the big town. It's the big building. The idiot mayor, Michael Bryan, is just wants exhibition ground. He even ignored the Legion members and say, nope, we're not going to go at Winners for a couple of years. We're going to build high-rise. They could build high-rise there until 2000. 31. That's where the lease is over.
Well, and you know,
Deal.
on that, I mean, the people who run city council is the Chamber of Commerce and the developers.
Chamber of Commerce. Now, do you know anything about that?
Anything new about them?
Do you know anything about those people?
Uh,
They pay membership.
It's a paid membership.
How much did they pay? Do you know?
That I don't know.
You gotta find out.
I know when my dad was in business, he had the member of Commerce. He was a big supporter of it.
How come they don't give money for a bus shelter at the welfare office?
Because Chamber of Commerce means money. They're only interested in people who have money. If you don't have money, I mean, here in Fredericton, it's really bad. If you don't have money, you're a piece of shit.
Is that why people call me a piece of shit? You got no money?
Well, that might, but with you, there might be other reasons attached to it. And we